to John Florio channel. My name is Mary, and last week on an Italian TV show there was a discussion over John Florio. There was some controversy and debate about it. Some people agreed, others didn't, and I have received several emails of people who asked me to have a word and say my opinion on the case. But what happened during this TV show? What did they say about John Florio? Let's start. Okay, I watched the episode on streaming, and what did they say about John Florio in this TV show? They talk about Crollalanza. The Crollalanza is a theory that claims that Michelangelo Florio, so John's father, was Sicilian, and his wife was Guglielmina Crollalanza. He escaped to England and began writing the plays, excuse me, but I cannot say this without laughing. He began writing the plays that were later attributed to Shakespeare, translating the name of Guglielmina Crollalanza into Shake-speare. Few years ago, I wanted to know what was going on. In short, I didn't know where all this information about John Florio's mother and Michelangelo came from, especially John's mother, that nobody knows still today who she was. So I bought several books on this subject in order to find a source, a document that could prove what these fans of Crollalanza claim. The first book that I bought was written by Paolo Vigano, and it is based, I'm not kidding, on seances. The whole book is a series of seances held by the author and his friends over 3 years. During these seances, the Crollalanza fans interview everyone: John Florio, Giordano Bruno, Philip Sidney, Christopher Marlowe, even Queen Elizabeth I. In short, they had fun. And they all told the author and his friends the same old story. Crollalanza was Shakespeare. Anyway, it's a brilliant idea. I mean, I study on rare books and old archives when I can do seances. It's ingenious. Now, after this fantastic adventure with the seances, I did not give up. So I read another book to find one single document on Crollalanza, and there I found Domenico Rotundo. He expands the theory of Crollalanza by asserting that Shakespeare was not really from Sicily but from Calabria. He later moved to Stratford because it seems that this Guglielmina Crollalanza, so his wife, was related to Will, the actor, and his father, John, the glove maker. Will, the actor, was the cousin of Crollalanza. So later he translated Crollalanza into Shakespeare, and the actor was replaced by his cousin. Any document, source? No way, not a single document, nada. And here we are today, where other enthusiasts of the subjects, especially and almost all Sicilians, publish novels and books in which Michelangelo Florio Crollalanza writes the plays later attributed to Shakespeare, and his son John translates them into English. Now, this story has attracted the attention of many people and inevitably ended up on the web with countless clickbait articles in which the story is written in details, without, however, pointing out that there are no documents that can confirm what these fans of Crollalanza claim. In short, this story is nothing else but a lot of crap these gentlemen have been proudly telling over the years. I would also like to point out that Michelangelo Florio, John's father, died in 1566 when John Florio was about 13 years old. and he never came back to England. But if these people want to believe that the ghost of Michelangelo wrote the works of Shakespeare, that however others do, for example, some Marlowe fans believe that he did not die but continued to live in disguise, they are free to do it, they are free to believe it, but they shouldn't be taken into consideration to discuss about John Florio seriously, especially on television. The thing I despise the most in all this hurly-burly is that John Florio's figure is damaged, and he has nothing to do with this story. I have already pointed out that John Florio was the victim of many lies told for centuries by various scholars, and only in the recent years he is slowly emerging as the true and great author he was. For years he has been classified in the worst ways possible, even by serious and famous academics, when he was actually among the most important figures of English Renaissance. On that TV show, they could talk about all the English words that he created, or the great contribution that he gave to English culture, literature and language. And they could also talk about Shakespeare, why not? Florio, his works and his life are fundamental to understand Shakespeare's works. In short, John Florio is no stranger to Shakespeare, and we should not be afraid to talk about it. But this story is still today badly handled, partly due to the Crollalanza boys and partly because there is still a group of scholars who do not like to tell the truth about John Florio and the great influence that he had in Shakespeare's works. For many scholars, this relationship is still considered dangerous. So when it is time to talk about John Florio and Shakespeare, they talk about the Crollalanza theory, because in this way they avoid telling the truth. So as you can see, John Florio is distorted by many. Those who want John Florio to be Crollalanza by studying through sciences, and those who don't want any kind of correlation between him and the bard at all. These are two different kinds of lies, but they are always and still lies. Some people told me, it's okay to talk about Crollalanza, who cares if it's a lie? The mention of Florio creates debate, and the attention is better than no attention at all. No, I'm sorry. John Florio does not deserve this. I have been studying his life and works for many years, and I'm not happy to hear his name associated with what he himself would define as flim-flam tale. Time has come to tell the truth. It is time for people to know who really was John Florio and not to relegate him to a niche of conspiracy-seeking fanatics, nor even to a small number of academics. In the preface to his English translation of Montaigne's essays, John Florio wrote a beautiful defense of translation. He inserts the act of translating as necessary to spread knowledge, firmly asking for its democratization and dissemination as the most important aim of the intellectual. Why? The learning will not be made common. Yeah, the learning cannot be too common, and the commoner the better. Yeah, but who is not jealous his mistress should be so prostitute? Yeah, but his mistress is like air, fire, water. The more breathed, the clearer. The more extended, the warmer. The more drawn, the sweeter. It were in humanity to coop her up, and worthy for feature, close to conceal her. Translation then as an attempt to remove knowledge from cultural and political elites, and this is what we have to do today with John Florio. We need to fly to others that we know not of, as Prince Hamlet will say, to remove ignorance with the sun of knowledge and let people know who was John Florio, so fundamental to English culture, without any conspiracy theory and without the cloak of prejudice and lies he has been covered for centuries. Only in this way everyone can know the truth and the real John Florio. Stay resolute.